My guest today is Darlinda Copeland, Chief Executive Officer of Paradise Point Senior Living. With decades of leadership in healthcare and senior services, including roles in hospital systems and a senior living community, she's helped families navigate the challenges of aging and caregiving. She offers a compassionate perspective on how families can approach senior care and the broader planning needed to face long-term care with confidence and peace of mind. Welcome, Darlinda.
Thank you.
So, for those people, the viewers that don't know what a senior community is or a senior living facility is, can you give us a basic definition?
Absolutely. Senior living is a very broad term, and so it can be very confusing for people because there are different layers involved. So the first and the lowest level of that is an independent living community. That's where seniors go, and they're in more of a home environment that has no medical care. It has no health care aspects to it. They have kitchens in their apartments and they cook for themselves, although they may have meal plans. But it truly is for people who are independent and don't have any additional needs, but want to live in a community type setting with others. The second layer is really assisted living. And assisted living is for those individuals that need care and they need help with the activities of daily living. And you may say, what are activities of daily living?
I was going to ask.
Yeah, so what that is actually the things you do every day to take care of yourself. That could be cooking, it could be cleaning, but it also could be more personal, like hygiene and bathing, transferring to different places within the community. All of those things somebody could need assistance with, or even just medication management and making sure that they're taking their medications at the right time and getting to their doctor's appointments at the right time.
So it really is assisting someone in their living day to day.
Absolutely. And some of those assisting livings then have an additional component, which is called memory care. And so some people have Alzheimer's or different types of dementia or cognitive impairment in which they need additional help. And so those are secured environments specifically for people that have memory care needs. And then the top layer of senior living is really called skilled nursing. And so some people call those nursing homes.
Okay.
And so skilled nursing is really for those people that need more medical care and healthcare needs 24/7.
Okay. So each of those levels of care that you described, from independent living to assisted living to skilled nursing and then memory care as well, each of those could be provided by a separate facility or location or company, but you have some communities, such as yours, where you have a range of these things under one location.
That is correct. So some facilities, which we call communities, so they are very home-like, and that's
Okay.
why we use that term. Some of those places have the different levels. In our organization, we have assisted living, and then we also have memory care. But we have a different kind of license in our facility. It's called extended congregate care, which means people can age in place there. And so the goal is that in that type of community, once someone makes that decision to move in, that's really difficult. It can cause a lot of confusion and
Sure.
stress, and nobody wants to go through that twice.
Right.
Just think about moving your house, right? But these people are downsizing at the same time. And so the goal is for them not to have to move to an additional place.
Good. They might move within the community.
That is correct.
Okay.
Down the hall.
Okay, down the hall. I love that. So from your experience, what's one of the biggest misconceptions about assisted living or senior care in general that people have that maybe you can help them understand better?
Sure. There are a lot of myths around senior living. First of all, people think it's an old people's home, right? Assisted living, many people will call nursing homes, and we're truly not a nursing home. They have the perception that, they're smelly, they're old, they're full of old people, and it's really not age restricted. We actually can have people in their 40s if they need care and assistance with activities of daily living. People also feel like they lose their independence when they move into assisted living, and that's not true. So we have people that drive their cars. They still go out to dinner with their families. They may go to church, but they have that additional help nearby. And the last thing is they think they will lose their independence. And that's not true, because our goal is actually for them to be as independent for as long as possible. It's just that we have help nearby when they need it.
That's very good. So, and I think that's a great point to underline is that if somebody starts out in the independent living portion, it's an apartment.
That's
But
correct.
again, care is nearby. And then, you know, I joke that sometimes, you know, these things look, you mentioned people in their 40s if they need this, but I joke around sometimes and say, you know, it'd be pretty nice to know that I could have 3 square meals a day as part of, you know, this independent living that they have access to. So that's very attractive for people that maybe just don't feel that that's something that they want to do or really can do at some point in their life.
That's correct. I think most likely it would be so nice to have somebody do my laundry, somebody cook for me, somebody to clean for me, and not have to have those everyday worries.
How have you seen, with your substantial experience, how have you seen the senior living communities and the care evolve over time?
They definitely are evolving day by day. As we know, baby boomers are starting to age, and so the needs and desires and the things that they're used to are different than those people who are already in their 90s and their hundreds. And so the communities have changed. There are different kinds of activities. It's not just bingo anymore. We have happy hours and we have a lot of fun. It's not just a boring place to be. We have different types of food that we serve, or healthier options, and of course, lots of technology.
That's great. And just to help, again, clarify, you have your independent living, and then, so you still have access if you needed some assistance, or do you go from independent living straight over assisted living? Is there kind of a graduated or blending of the two if you're on the independent living side?
That's going to depend on each community and the way that community has designed itself. So remember that there are places that are only independent, and so they don't have those extra layers of help, versus a place like my community, in which we have independent people that move in that have all the same access for assisted living.
That makes sense. And so for families that are just starting this process, what would you say maybe is one of the first things that they should consider if they're thinking about moving in?
I think that many people put off this decision too long, and so it's great to start planning early. And when they do, they really need to look at the culture of the community and what that community provides. They need to think about not what only are they looking for today, but what are they going to need 6 months from now or 2 years from now? So what kind of license does that facility offer to them? What kind of staffing do they have? Do they have nurses around the clock, or are they only nursing assistants? They need to consider, obviously, the cost. They should be looking at where it's located. Is it close to their families and friends? Because we don't want to cut them off from those things. So all those things are very important as you're considering senior living.
A lot of considerations, well worth spending some time investigating. Very good. Darlinda Copeland, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.